Right then, hello, good evening and welcome. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knack. I'm the brains behind Knack's Daily Teaser. I also write about movies. I've seen Once Were Warriors just recently, and I also talk about TV shows I'm watching. Past few weeks I've been watching Apple TV Plus's For All Mankind, the second series, and I wanted to tell you about the episode I caught last night, episode 5, The Wait. Episode 5, The Wait, opens with Tracy, Sarah Ann Jones, arriving on the moon and filming some NASA publicity bump for broadcast back on Earth. Post-credits, and in the aftermath of Ed Baldwin's brush with death, the episode shows us his wife Karen, Chantal Van Santen, and their daughter Kelly, Cynthia Wu, talking about Ed's accident, with Karen telling Kelly that Ed, Joel Kinnaman, had almost died getting shot down in North Korea. Also in the episode, we see Molly, Sonia Walger, doing her job as the new chief of the astronaut office and publicly giving Ed and Gordon, Joel Kinnaman and Michael Dorman, a serious dressing down for their fun and games in the last episode. Once the recalcitrant pair are out of the office, Molly defends her decision to keep them on the mission to Margot and Tom, as only she can. Ed finds himself needing to think. Guldo is facing up to the fact he's soon going to be joining his ex-wife at Jamestown and that he needs to clean up his act. Meanwhile, Tracy, Guldo's ex-wife, played by Sarah Jones, having arrived at the moon and having done the initial sets of publicity work, it gets introduced to the rest of her new crewmates and her new job as a lunar transport driver whilst there, or lunar transport pilot whilst there. She discovers that the monotony and the air conditioning are slowly driving her to drink. And it's only after an alarm goes off and she winds up with a serious reprimand from the base commander that persuades Tracy to clean up her act, which in the last minute is a possibly good thing. The base's new crew members arrive with some incredibly mysterious new kit. Now, what did I make of this episode? Yes, it is another good, fantastically told, well-acted, beautifully done episode. The showrunner, Ronald D. Moore, formerly of Star Trek TNG and Battlestar Galactica, is doing a very good job knocking out a very good quality storyline. It's beautifully done, as ever. And this episode, it has to be said, belongs largely to Guldo and Tracy. They're both seen battling their demons. And while I think that Tracy's story in this episode may have been tied off a little earlier, I've had my troubles with alcohol myself, and it's not something that's easily dealt with in the space of 10 minutes. But seeing that they've had these issues and that they're trying to deal with them, it's something I feel that's going to be an ongoing issue over the course of the next few episodes. There's also the little plotline with Ellen, again, who's one of the senior staff at Ground Control, Mission Control in Houston. She's got together with an ex-girlfriend, and let's just say they're reacquainting their intimacy is something that got heavily telegraphed. I'm tempted to say I saw it coming, except that would be slightly poor taste now, wouldn't it? At any rate, it's interesting to see the character's development. Frankly, yes, it's still a good episode. Frankly, yes, we're going to have to see what episode 6 brings. And frankly, I'm going to be watching that next Tuesday, on Tuesday the 11th. Hopefully you'd care to join me, and I'll see you next Wednesday for the review. Take care, have fun, be good, and whatever you do, don't trip over bonking lesbians. You're going to look embarrassed.